Hey everyone, Luke Dog here, and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. Arl Howe has betrayed our family, and now we have to fend off his attacking forces.
Perhaps we can salvage some things here, darling.
Good idea, Mom. Okay, we got some weapons.
Belongings are in that trunk.
Finished.
Elf fruit. Very popular for crafting. Nope, wrong one. Okay, Mom, you got a bow. Oh, this is the exact same one. Huh. Let's give you a short bow. Can I equip this? Oh, I can. A rogue can have a shield. I did not know that. But then I can use double daggers. No. I don't know if this is going to be a smart thing, but let's just test out. Let's just test it out. I did not know rogues could equip shields.
Very well.
Of course, this means I only have one attack, but...
It's begun.
Ah, I'm stuck. Got pinned.
Very well. I shall be done. Damn you!
Good work, Carver.
The task is finished.
Oh. Deep mushroom. Lyrium potions. That's used to restore mana for mages.
Oh dear Landra. I'm so sorry.
What now?
If she hadn't come to me. If she hadn't been here.
It's very unfortunate, Mom. We gotta keep moving.
Can you hear the fighting? Hal's men must be everywhere.
What should we do?
The front gates. That's where your father must be.
Is there nothing else we can do?
I have my treasury key. We could go there first and take the Cailan sword from the vault. If anything is worth fighting to keep out of Hal's hands, it's that sword. But it may be a dangerous path.
Let's go to the treasury.
If Hal's men are inside, they must already control the castle. We must use the servants' entry in the larder to escape. Do you hear me?
We don't know that. If housemen are inside, they must already control the castle. We don't know that's true.
Then let's find out for ourselves. But if Hal's trap has snapped shut, escaping may not be easy.
Find your family before it's too late. You went to sleep after the pleasant family reunion only to find that all Howe's men had infiltrated the castle and had begun killing everyone in it. Your mother doesn't know what happened. She's joined you as you search the halls of your home for the rest of your family. Your mother has given you the key to the treasury. You might be able to find some weapons there to help you against our house men. There's a small shield.
The castle has fallen! I'm getting out of here!
Don't be a coward, stand and fight!
Yes, my lord! Here they come!
Beware, beware.
Greetings. As you say. Enough! It's begun. You're dead!
Ooh, I'm getting low.
Away with you! As you say.
Going for the archer. Darn it, I've been stunned.
Very well. It is begun. Very well. I shall do it.
I should heal. There you go.
Shall be done.
Come on, Carver.
Very well. I shall do it. Greetings. Watch out! As you say. It is begun.
Okay, I don't think the shield is really doing much for my defense, so I'm probably going to switch back to double daggers.
I shall do it.
Let's help this guy out.
Very well. Shall be done.
What? Oh, man. Okay. Stay together, people. Wrong button. Darn it, I took a potion. There.
I shall do it.
Wanna loot? Okay, fine. Come on back, Mom.
More the fools say!
Okay, map. That's the treasury. No. That's treachery, that's the treasury. So we want to go this way.
It is begun. I am done.
We're getting close to the treasury. The Cailan family blade lies inside. Use that key I gave you. That blade cannot fall into Hal's hands.
No problem. Sorry, guys.
It is over.
Got some weapons. Got some... Ooh, scale armor. The seal of Highever has been painted on the front. The wood was hewn from the forest surrounding the keep. What else we got? The family sword. This lightly enchanted blade is as sharp as the day was first wielded by in the service of King Cailan, the Silver Knight, who united all of Eldon almost 4 centuries ago. This shield was carried by Tyrion Ardal Cailan, who died defending the King Vanadrin from the Orlesians at the Battle of Lothering. The face still bears the scars of Orlesian blades. Okay then. My family blade. Can't use a shield because I don't have enough strength. Ooh, what about scale armor? Can I use that? Nope. I don't have enough strength. Okay, I got the sword, Mom. Let's go. Ah, I'm pinned.
As you say.
Anything else? Money. Okay. Let's get to the main hall.
You will be avenged, old sage. I swear it.
No, they killed Jim Cummings. Man, they're just killing everybody. That's where we came from.
Be on your guard.
It has begun.
Let's get them.
Very well. As you say. Very
Get out
well.
of my way!
It has begun.
We fight
Anything else? Got a chest back here.
I am done. Done.
Oh,
Shall be done.
hey, you could sneak up on me, huh? I don't think so.
It has begun. Watch out!
Where do you think you're going? Okay, moving on. And through there.
I pray that Mother Malal has escaped. They would not commit that sacrilege
More enemies
against
ahead.
anything else, would they?
I don't know.
It shall be done. Very well. It has begun. Very well. We're under attack! It shall be done. Very well.
Take him down.
Begun. It shall be done.
I will kill them all myself.
Hopefully Mother Malal escaped.
We must not exhaust our supplies.
Take that!
Very well. Stop!
And these guys like to scream. To be fair, they are getting stabbed and shot.
We will not be defeated!
And bonk. Right in the nards. Else? Nope. Okay, how do we get here? Oh, suppose we just go through this door. Duh. Take him down, men! Defend Highever! Oh, they got a mage! Ow, ow, ow.
Go! Man the gate! Keep those bastards out as long as you can! Your ladyship, my lord, you're both alive. I was certain Hal's men had gotten through.
Have you seen my father?
He was looking for you two. He told us to hold the hall as long as possible. When I realized what was happening, it was all I could do to shut the gates. But they won't keep Hal's men out long. If you've another way out of the castle, use it quickly.
We need to find father.
When I last saw the Turn, he'd been badly wounded. I urged him not to go, but he was determined to find you. He went towards the kitchen. I believe he thought to find you at the servants' exit in the larder.
Bless you, Sir Gilmore. Make her watch over you.
Make her watch over us all.
Sir Gilmore has told you that your father was last seen heading toward the secret exit from the larder. You and your mother should probably look for him there.
Did you not hear, Sir Gilmore?
Give the Turn time to
We
escape.
must go while we can.
Don't let a single one through.
Fight hard, Sir Gilmore. For Highever. Take him down. Can I loot you, please? No, I don't want the door. There we go. Is there anything this way?
Keep your wits about you.
More soldiers. This guy's a toughie.
Don't give them the advantage! Oh, blast you! It's begun. We must stop them! Oh, blast you! I should fight. Shall we go?
Oof.
Okay, very well. It's begun. I shall
Hold on. Map.
fast. Wait for this.
See what's down this way.
Run! Run!
Run! Run!
Try to get out through the servants' entrance.
Enemies approaching. Get out! Very well. Shall be done. Shall be done.
See, this is the kind of person I am. I would go through the castle and try and make sure everyone evacuated before me. I'm that kind of lord. Noble. Guy. Can't go that way. Okay, let's get to the kitchens. Oh, there's no door there. See what's over here. Unless I was just... No, I wasn't. Yeesh. Oh, is Nan dead? I'm sorry, Nan. Wait, was that a glowing thing? Nope.
There, you both are. I was
Bryce!
wondering when you would get here.
Maker's blood, what's happening? You're bleeding!
Hal's men found me first. Almost did me in right there.
We need to get you out of here.
I won't survive the standing, I think.
Then we will stay and defend you.
Once Hal's men break through the gate, they will find us. We must go!
Someone must reach Burgess. Tell him what has happened.
Hal must have something planned for him too.
Bryce, no. The servant's passage is right here. We can flee together, find you healing magic.
The castle is surrounded. I cannot make it.
I'm afraid the turn is correct. House men have not yet discovered this exit, but they surround the castle. Getting past will be difficult.
You are Duncan, then? The Grey Warden?
Yes, your ladyship. The turn and I tried to reach you sooner.
My youngest son helped me get here. Maker be praised.
I am not surprised.
Are you going to help us, Duncan?
Whatever is to be done now, it must be quick. They are coming.
Duncan, you are under no obligation to me, but I beg you, take my wife and son to safety.
I will, your lordship, but I fear I must ask for something in return.
Anything.
What is happening here pales in comparison to the evil now loose in this world. I came to your castle seeking a recruit. The darkspawn threat demands that I leave with one.
I understand.
What about Sir Gilmore?
Truthfully, you were always my first choice. I will take the Tyrna and your son to Ostagar to tell Fergus and the king what happened. Then, your son joins the Grey Wardens.
So long as justice comes to Hal. I agree.
Then I offer you a place within the Grey Wardens. Fight with us.
But what if Fergus is dead?
We will inform the king, and he will punish Hal. I am sorry, but a Grey Warden's duties take precedence even over vengeance.
Hal thinks he'll use the chaos to advance himself. Make him wrong, bub. See that justice is done. Our family always does our duty first. The darkspawn must be defeated. You must go. For your own sake and for Ferelden's.
I will, Father, for you.
We must leave quickly then.
Bryce, are you sure?
Our son will not die of Hal's treachery. He will live and make his mark on the world.
Darling, go with Duncan. You have a better chance to escape without me.
Eleanor.
Hush, Bryce. I'll kill every bastard that comes through that door to buy them time. But I won't abandon you.
I won't let you sacrifice yourself.
My place is with your father. At his side to death and beyond.
I'm so sorry it's come to this, my love.
We had a good life and did all we could. It's up to our children now.
Then go, pup. Warn your brother. Know that we love you both. You do us proud.
They've broken through the gates. We must go now.
Goodbye, darling.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Cailan, I didn't expect a
royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is he?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
No need, Duncan. You are Bryce's youngest, are you not? I don't think we've ever actually met.
Yes, Your Majesty. My name is Aedan.
Your brother has already arrived with Highever's men, but we are still awaiting your father.
He's not coming. He died when our castle was taken.
Dead? What do you mean? Duncan, do you know anything about this?
Terran Kusland and his wife are dead, Your Majesty. Arl Howe has shown himself a traitor and overtaken Highever Castle. Had we not escaped, he would have killed us and told you any story he wished.
I can scarcely believe it. Well, how could he think he could get away with such treachery? As soon as we are done here, I will turn my army north and bring Howe to justice. You have my word.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
No doubt you wish to see your brother. Unfortunately, he and his men are scouting in the wilds.
But he may be in danger.
We are all in danger, my friend. Nothing can be done until your brother returns, and that will not be until the battle is over. I apologize, but there's nothing more I can do. All I can suggest is that you vent your grief against the Darkspawn for the time being.
So long as Arl Howe pays, I'm happy.
I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
I didn't realize things were going so well.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
Yet you don't sound very reassured.
Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
Why not? He seems to regard the Grey Wardens highly.
Yet not enough to wait for reinforcements from the Grey Wardens of Orlais. He believes our legend alone makes him invulnerable. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can, and look to Terran Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay.
What do you mean? What ritual?
Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the joining, in order to become a Grey Warden. The ritual is brief, but some preparation is required. We must begin soon.
I need to find Fergus.
You heard what the king said. He is scouting in the wilds and beyond contact. Be patient. He will return.
Am I the only recruit you have?
No, there are 2 other recruits here already. They have been waiting for us to arrive.
What do you need me to do?
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Your hound can stay with me while I attend to some business. The Grey Warden tent is on the other side of this bridge. You will find us there should you need to.
Welcome to Ostagar. That's a nice statue. Level up. Put one in there. One in there. Put one in strength. The character is extremely skilled at wielding a weapon in each hand, getting bonuses to attack and defense. What do we got? Leather and studded leather. Exactly the same. Though it does look a little different. I'll take it. Ooh, can I put on scale armor? Yeah, that seems fine. You have arrived at the King's camp, just outside the Kokari Wilds in the ruin known as Ostagar. Duncan has told you that when you are ready to begin the journeying, you should seek out the Grey Warden named Alistair somewhere in camp. In darkness eternal they searched, for those who had goaded them on, until at last they found their prize, their god, their betrayer. The sleeping dragon Dumat, their taint twisted even the false god, and the Whisperer awoke at last, in pain and horror, and led them to wreak havoc upon all the nations of the world, the first blight. The false dragon gods of the Tevinter Imperium lie buried deep within the earth, where they have been imprisoned since the Maker cast them down. No one knows what it is that drives the darkspawn in their relentless search for the sleeping old gods. Perhaps it is instinct, as moths will fly into torch flames. Perhaps there is some remnant of desire for vengeance upon the ones who goaded the Magisters to assault heaven. Whatever the reason, when darkspawn find one of these ancient dragons, it is immediately afflicted by the taint. It awakens twisted and corrupted, and leads the darkspawn in a full-scale invasion of the land. Of light. No, wait. Dang it. Nope. Castle Highever has stood since the Divine Age, when it was not an independent Banorn, but merely an outpost of the growing Banorn of Amaranthine, in the days before Amaranthine became an Arling itself. The outpost of Highever was originally held by the Elstan family, cousins of the Howes. In the Age of Towers, however, Ban Conabar Elstan was murdered by his wife Flemeth, thus ending the bloodline. Conabar's captain of the guard, Sarim Cuslan, took the lands and title. The Cuslans declared their independence from Amaranthine, starting a war that lasted 30 years. When the dust settled, Highever was on its own, and in possession of half the land that had once been southwestern Amaranthine. However, Highever became a tyranner during the Black Age, when Halia Cuslan gathered the lords together under her banner to drive the werewolves out of their lands, earning herself the title of Tyrna almost as an afterthought. Today, Highever is one of the only two remaining Tyrners, making the Cuslan family second in rank only to the king. The Cuslan family, however, was all but wiped out in an unexpected attack by Arl Howe of Amaranthine, and the fate of the Tyrner is now in question. It is said that in the midst of the Black Age, when werewolves stalked the lands of Ferelden in numbers that kept even every farmholder indoors and a hound on every doorstep, a powerful Arl of the Alamari people stood and declared that he would put an end to the threat. His Arling stood on the border of the Dark Forest on the southern border of the Ferelden Valley, and he claimed that the werewolves used the forest to launch their midnight assaults on humanity. For 20 years, this Arl led an army of warriors and hounds deep into the forest. In his hunt for the werewolves, he slew not only every wolf he came upon, but also every member of the chastened wild people. Any one of them, he said, could harbor a demon inside, and thus be a werewolf in disguise. For 20 years, the forest rang with screams and the rivers ran red. The tales say that an old chastened woman found her sons all dead at the Arl's blade. She pulled one of those very blades from one son's heart and plunged it into her own chest, cursing the Arl's name as she did so. Where her blood touched the ground, a mist began to rise. It spread and spread until it was everywhere in the forest. The Arl's army became lost, and it is said that they died there. Others say they wander still. The ruins of his Arling stand to this day, filled with the ghosts of women waiting eternally for their husbands to return. The forest of the legend is, of course, the Kokari Wilds. There are as many legends about the great southern forest as there are shadows, or so the saying goes. The chastened wilder folk have made their home there since mankind first came to these lands, and the wildlands spread as far into the south as anyone has ventured. Beyond the mists are vast tracts of snow, white-capped mountains, and entire fields of ice. It is a land too cold for mankind to survive, yet the chastened eke out an existence even there, and they tell of horrors beyond the wilds that the lowland folk could not begin to comprehend. To most, Ferelden simply ends with the Kokari Wilds. There's nothing beyond. The wilds is a land of great trees, wet marshes, and dangerous monsters. What more need to be said? I'd hoped for a war like in the tales, a king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against the tainted god. Son of the legendary King Merrick Theron, Cailan was the first Ferelden king born into a land free from foreign rule in 2 generations. Since his father's death, he's held the throne alongside his queen, Anora. It will be good to ride into battle once more, won't it, old friend? The Arling of Amaranthine winds along the sinuous northeastern coast of Ferelden. The waking sea is known for its temper, and the storms that sweep in from the warmer and northern waters are sudden and brutal. These are the lands of Rendon Howe. He was born during the occupation and, like many of the nobles at the time, joined Prince Merrick's rebels. He fought it alongside young Bryce Cuslan, future Terran of Highever, and Leonis Bryland, future Arl of Southreach, at the bloody Battle of White River. It was the most catastrophic defeat of the entire occupation, from which only 50 rebel soldiers escaped alive. Although he was decorated for valor by King Merrick, Howe's abrasive manners have earned him almost universal dislike among his peers. When Bryce sent his men to support the king at Ostagar, Howe took it as an opportunity to attack Highever, slaughtering the people there and claiming the lands and title as his own. Of all the inhabitants of Castle Cuslan, only Aedan survived. It takes more than legends to win a battle. Loghain was born a farmer during a time when his country was under foreign occupation. When he was still a boy, he joined the resistance, where his considerable tactical genius quickly became apparent. He became close friends with Prince Merrick, the last true heir to the Ferelden throne, and together they led the rebels to drive out the forces of the Elysian Empire. Merrick raised his friend to the nobility, and Loghain is now more than a symbol than a man. He represents the Ferelden ideals of hard work and independence. Okay then. Carver's off playing with Duncan, so let's go explore this camp.
Hail, you must be the Grey Warden recruit.
Hey, Carver! Happy bark.
Greetings. King Cailan is not in his tent right now.
Do you know where the king is?
He was with the Grey Wardens in camp, drinking. He holds them in high regard, you know, as his father did.
Tell me about the king. You must see him a lot.
I suppose I do, though he's spending most of his time with the Grey Wardens. He rides with them wherever they go, in fact. Teyrn Loghain sees the king whenever he can and argues with him over coming battles, but the king just waves him off. The king wants to end the Blight with a single huge battle the bards will sing of for centuries. Do you think that's possible?
We'll see in the coming battle.
That's how the Teyrn feels. He'll do what the king wants in the end, though. The king thought it was funny that Teyrn called him reckless, and they fought about the queen.
The queen?
She's the Teyrn's daughter. He wasn't happy about something she did or the king did, I'm not sure. I probably shouldn't discuss it.
I should go.
As you wish.
Channeling my inner shepherd.
You approach the tent of Teyrn Loghain. State your business.
Is the Teyrn inside? What is he doing?
He's inside, but I don't think it's my place to discuss his activities.
Surely you can tell me a little about him.
I suppose, as long as we talk quietly. He and the king have been arguing for days. The Teyrn's known the king since he was swaddled, so they don't stand on ceremony. The Teyrn speaks his mind, and the king yells right back. Personally, I think the king should do what Teyrn Loghain tells him. Without the Teyrn, we wouldn't be doing as well here as we are.
I would like an audience with the Teyrn, please.
I suppose you have a message for him. Hold on, then.
Yes, what is it? Oh, you're Duncan's new Grey Warden, I assume.
How do you know that?
His Majesty could not contain his excitement after your meeting. How could I not hear about you? Cailan's fascination with the Wardens goes beyond the ordinary. Are you aware his father brought your order back to Ferelden?
No, I didn't know that.
Maric respected the Grey Wardens. They have an honored place in the hearts of our people. But Maric would have understood that it takes more than legends to win a battle. That's not an argument I'll repeat here. You look familiar. Have I seen you at the Landsmeet?
My father was the Teyrn of Highever.
The king told me of his promise. I'm certain he has every intention of following it through. I don't suppose you'll be riding into the thick of battle with the rest of your fellows, will you?
I don't know.
If Cailan has his way, you will. Now I must return to my task. Pray that our king proves amenable to wisdom, if you're the praying sort.
You don't seem very fond of him.
He is Maric's son, and the leader of my beloved Ferelden, and a very young man. I try to keep that in mind, as should you.
It is difficult to separate the man from the myth. The last survivor of the bloodline of King Cailan had, the Silver Knight. Maric drove the Orlesian forces from Ferelden's borders, reclaiming the throne, and freed our people from foreign tyranny. All true, and all larger than life. He was born in hiding near Cathal's crossing to the rebel queen Moira, and grew up in the rebel camps, an outlaw in his own country. When the rebel queen died, Maric inherited her homeless nobles, malcontents, and displaced freeholders, and with the aid of his friend Logan MacTyr, built them into an army. After the pivotal Battle of River Dane, Maric took the throne. He married Rowan, daughter of Rendorn Gwyrin, Earl of Redcliffe, and began the long, slow process of rebuilding everything Orlais had demolished during 70 years of occupation. Hi, Carver. Happy bark.
You found our tent, I see. Is there something you need?
I have some questions.
Alistair can help you with those. I had hoped he would be back by now.
Okay.
We stand here in this hour, good folk of Ferelden, and we contemplate the death that may await. Death is no failure, my friends. Should it find you, you will not have failed your king. You will have served your maker. Die in this battle, and when you stand before the Maker in the land beyond the Fade, he shall not find you wanting. Go not into death gladly, but with the knowledge that evil has been held at bay by your spilled blood. And if you go to stand beside the Maker, go with our blessing, for you shall not be forgotten. My friends, let us bow our heads and remember those who have fallen and those who have yet to fall.
Okay.
Greetings, young man. You are Duncan's newest recruit, are you not? He's not a man easily impressed. You should be proud. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Wynne, one of the mages summoned by the king.
Pleased to meet you.
Well met, and good luck to you on the battlefield. To us all, in fact.
Will you be fighting beside the king?
Not precisely. The Grey Wardens will be on the front lines, not the mages. Still, we have our parts to play. To defeat the darkspawn, we have to work together. It's not an idea everyone seems able to grasp.
Do you know much about darkspawn?
Some. Do you? Do you know about the connection between them and the Fade, for example?
I know the Fade is where you go when you dream.
Anytime your spirit leaves your earthly body, whether it's to dream or to die, it passes into the realm we call the Fade. It's home to many spirits, some benevolent, others far less so. At the heart of the Fade lies the Black City.
So darkspawn are just dream spirits?
Sadly, no. They are kin to neither the gentle Fade spirits nor the malevolent demons. Shamefully, they were once the souls of men. Some say the Black City was once the seat of the Maker. But when the mages from the Tevinter Imperium found a way into the city, it was tainted with their sin. That taint transformed those men, turning them into twisted reflections of their own hearts. And the Maker cast them back to the Earth, where they became the first darkspawn. At least that's what the Chant of Light says.
I've heard that story before.
It may be allegory, meant to teach us that our own evil causes human suffering. Or it may be true. It is as good an explanation as any for now.
At least it's something to ponder.
Yes, occasionally it's wise to contemplate one's actions. But I'm certain Duncan has more for you to do than talk to me.
Man, I just love the music in this game. The study of the Fade is as old as humankind. For so long as men have dreamed, we have walked its twisting paths, sometimes catching a glimpse of the city at its heart, always as close as our own thoughts, but impossibly separated from our world. The Tevinter Imperium once spent vast fortunes of gold, lyrium, and human slaves in an effort to map the terrain of the Fade, an ultimately futile endeavor. Although portions of it belong to powerful spirits, all the Fade is in constant flux. The Imperium succeeded in finding the disparate and ever-shifting realms of a dozen demon lords, as well as cataloging a few hundred types of spirits before they were forced to abandon the project. The relationship of dreamers to the Fade is complex. Even when entering the Fade through the use of lyrium, mortals are not able to control or affect it. The spirits who dwell there, however, can, and as the Chantry teaches us, the great flaw of the spirits is that they have neither imagination nor ambition. They create what we see through their sleeping visitors, building elaborate copies of our cities, people, and events, which, like the reflections in a mirror, ultimately lack context or life of its own. Even the most powerful demons merely plagiarize the worst thoughts and fears of mortals, and build their realms with no more other ambition than to taste life. I will not lie motionless in a bed with coverlets up to my chin, waiting for death to claim me. Wynn's talent became apparent early on, particularly her skill at healing magic. She was well liked by all her mentors and was recognized as an exceptionally gifted student. Even the Templars who watched her could not deny that she represented the best the Circle had to offer. She was an intelligent young woman who possessed a quiet confidence and maturity beyond her years. She spent many years mentoring apprentices within the Circle, and her peers thought so highly of her that she was asked to be First Enchanter Irving's successor, but she refused, saying that she had no desire to work in the upper echelons. When word reached the Tower of King Cailan's call to arms, Wynn volunteered to go to Ostagar.
Welcome, young man.
Who are you?
I am one of the Tranquil, my friend. I am of the Circle of Magi. But instead of casting spells and reading tomes, I spend my time enchanting. It is a time-consuming process, but invaluable. Enchantment provides the Circle its wealth. Certainly we would not get by on charity.
What is enchantment exactly?
It is the practice of folding magical lyrium into items first practiced by the dwarves. The Tranquil have learned their runes, and we use them to apply a variety of magical effects. We create the glow lights, as well as the magic staff or the flaming blade. The irony, perhaps, is that it is our very disconnection to our former talents that allows the Tranquil to work with lyrium so. A true mage could not.
What sort of enchantments are there?
Runes exist that hold the power of the elements that increase strength or swiftness. Almost any spell can be given permanency, given enough skill and lyrium. Naturally, the greater the power required, the more expensive the rune will become to create. True power comes with a price, as we know only too well.
You speak very strangely. Why is that?
Allow me to put it this way. Do you know why those with magical talent are feared?
Because magic is powerful and dangerous.
It is dangerous beyond its power. Those with magical talent attract demons and spirits. We can be possessed easily, and thus become horrors known as abominations. Even those with minor talents attract hungry spirits. Anyone with the power may learn blood magic from these demons. Hence, we are considered dangerous. This is our curse. Thus, I was made tranquil, stripped of emotions and talent. I am no longer dangerous.
How is someone made tranquil?
Our forehead is branded with magic, which stills our talent and mind. The process is irreversible as far as I am aware.
I feel badly for you.
You do? I feel nothing. As the name suggests, my existence is quite peaceful. I am alive, productive, and no danger to anyone. Surely that is not a terrible thing. Perhaps we may speak of something else. Do you need assistance?
I should go.
Goodbye.
The Tranquil are the least understood but most visible members of the Circle. Every city of respectable size boasts a Circle of Magi shop, and every one of these shops is run by a Tranquil proprietor. The name is a misnomer, for they are not tranquil at all. Rather, they are like inanimate objects that speak. If a table wished to sell you an enchanted penknife, it would pass as one of these people. Their eyes are expressionless, their voice is monotone. Incomparable craftsmen they might be, but they are hardly the sort of mages to put ordinary folk at ease. Charming.
So, any last wishes I can help fulfill before you head into battle? Life is fleeting, you know. That pretty face could be decorating some darkspawn spear this time tomorrow. Shall I take that quiet glare as a no? Oh, well, too bad. Well, you're not what I thought you'd be.
Who are you?
The name's Davith. It's about bloody time you came along. I was beginning to think they'd cooked this ritual up just for our benefit.
What do you know about this ritual?
I happened to be sneaking around camp last night, see, and I heard a couple of Grey Wardens talking. So, I listened in for a bit. I'm thinking they plan to send us into the wilds.
Aren't there barbarians in the forest?
Chasing barbarians, yes. Cannibals, and witches too. My home village isn't far, and I grew up on tales about the wilds. Even been in there a few times. Scary place.
I doubt they will send us into pointless danger.
Then why do the Grey Wardens only recruit folks who can fight? Or are you their first basket weaver? I guess we'll have to wait and see. Like we have a choice.
They're forcing you to be here?
I've got nowhere else to go after what Duncan saved me from. Anyway, I expect it's time to get back to Duncan. That's where I'll be if you need me for anything.
My parents were just killed and my village was basically sacked.
Have you seen an elf running about? Young woman, red hair, carrying a suit of chain.
Can't say I have, no.
Blast it. Where did she go? That suit better be patched up when she gets back, or by the maker up. Oh, pardon my manners. My troubles are no concern of yours, I'm sure. I'm the quartermaster. Did you come for supplies?
What kind of supplies do you have?
Arms and armor, for the most part. It's for the King's men, but you Grey Wardens can buy what you need for a modest price. I also have some, goods on the side I can provide. Strictly off the record, of course. To keep morale up, you understand.
Let me see what you have.
Let me know what you'd like.
I probably can't afford anything. Backpack.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Some supplies, perhaps?
Let me see your other goods.
So long as you keep it quiet.
What now?
I got slightly better boots. So I need to go that way. So let's go this way. I want to explore.
In the name of Andraste, I bless you today. May you find favor in the Maker's eyes. So let it be.
Greetings. You must be the third recruit we've heard about.
I am. Who are you?
Sir Jury is my name. I hail from Redcliffe, where I served as knight under the command of Arl Aemon. You have the bearing of a man who knows how to fight. If I may ask, were you a soldier before you came here?
I was not a soldier, but my father did train me to fight.
Are you a nobleman? I am honored to be in your company, my lord. I hope we're both lucky enough to eventually join the Wardens. Is it not thrilling to be given that chance?
I'm curious about the joining ritual.
As am I. Has anyone told you about it?
It's all a big secret, apparently.
I never heard of such a ritual. I had no idea there were more tests after getting recruited. I suppose since you're finally here, I'd best get back to Duncan. I shall see you there.
Huh. Someone finally comes and talks to the lone prisoner. I don't suppose you've come to sentence me.
You haven't been sentenced?
No. They put someone like me in a cage until someone important has time to decide what to do with me. I don't suppose you have a bit of kindness in you? All I want is food and water. They haven't fed me since I was locked up, and I'm starving.
Tell me why you're in there first.
I'm a deserter, or so they think. I bet there's no arguing them out of it, though. Armies are funny that way.
Did you desert?
I wasn't deserting. But when you catch someone sneaking around camp in the middle of the night, what else are you gonna think? Does it matter? All I want is a bit of food and water.
I'll see what I can do.
Just ask my guard for his. He's still got some dinner. I saw him put it in his coat.
Lucky dog. You Grey Wardens get to ride with the king while I'm left with the drudgery of guarding this deserter. They should have just hanged him. Put his head on a pike as an example.
Who is this prisoner exactly?
They say he was recruited before the war up in Dinnerham. Probably figured he'd never have to fight if he served the king, right?
Why did he want to desert?
Why does anyone want to desert? Because he thinks he's going to die and he's a bloody coward, that's why. Either that or he's been listening to a bunch of hogwash about how the darkspawn will drag you off and eat you.
I had a chat with him, actually.
Don't expect it was an enlightening conversation.
He claims he wasn't deserting.
What a surprise. Another innocent prisoner. Anyway, it's not for me to say. He'll get his day to plead his case, or he won't. It's all the same to me.
He asked for some food and water.
Did he now? Since nobody sends me nothing to feed him with, the only way we'll get that is if I give him mine.
So you missed one meal. This man could be hanged soon.
All right, all right. I guess the poor fella could stand to have one meal in his belly before he hangs. Don't know why you care. I had nothing to do with it, though. If anyone asks why he's burping, I'm gonna say it was you. Just so you know.
Okay.
So? Brought me some food, have you? I'm so hungry I could faint dead away.
Here's some food.
Much obliged. You're a kind soul, you are. May Andraste herself rain blessings upon you.
Finished.
MC vase.
Ah, I suspect you are one of the new Grey Wardens. Will you accept the Maker's blessing?
I will, thank you.
Then I bless you, Grey Warden, in the name of Andraste and the Maker above. May the chant of light carry your name to the ears of our Lord.
Okay.
Sorry, the main army camp is off limits for you right now.
Okay. Let's go over here. I don't think I've been to this bit yet.
You're above. Hear the prayers of your sons and daughters. We who betrayed your prophet Andraste.
I'm sorry, but the mages must not be interrupted. I'm sorry, but the mages must not be interrupted.
The mages must not be interrupted. Their spirits are in the Fade.
As you wish. I don't think the mages should be interrupted.
Scourge of Shadow. Watch over Ferelden, the homeland.
The task is finished.
Leather gloves.
What is it now? Haven't Grey Wardens asked more than enough of the Circle?
I simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother, Sir Mage. She desires your presence.
What her reverence desires is of no concern to me. I am busy helping the Grey Wardens, by the King's orders, I might add.
Should I have asked her to write a note?
Tell her I will not be harassed in this manner.
Yes, I was harassing you by delivering a message.
Your glibness does you no credit.
Here I thought we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my children after you. The Grumpy One.
Enough. I will speak to the woman if I must. Get out of my way, fool.
You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together.
I know exactly what you mean.
It's like a party. We could all stand in a circle and hold hands. That would give the darkspawn something to think about. Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage.
We haven't met. You must be Alistair.
And that makes you Duncan's new recruit, I suppose. Glad to meet you. As the junior member of the Order, I'll be accompanying you when you prepare for the joining.
Pleased to meet you. My name's Aedan.
Right, that was the name. So I'm curious. Have you ever actually encountered darkspawn before?
No, I haven't.
When I fought my first one, I wasn't prepared for how monstrous it was. I can't say I'm looking forward to encountering another. Anyhow, whenever you're ready, let's get back to Duncan. I imagine he's eager to get things started.
What about the other recruits?
Davith and Sir Jory are here in the camp. Have you met them?
Yes, both of them.
That makes things easy then. They'll both be back with Duncan by now.
That argument I saw, what was it about?
With the mage. The Circle is here at the King's request, and the Chantry doesn't like that one bit. They just love letting mages know how unwelcome they are. Which puts me in a bit of an awkward position. I was once a Templar.
You were a mage hunter?
Not that that's all Templars do, but yes. The Chantry raised me until Duncan recruited me 6 months ago. I'm sure the revered mother meant it as an insult, sending me as her messenger, and the mage picked right up on that. I never would have agreed to deliver it, but Duncan says we're all to cooperate and get along. Apparently they didn't get the same speech.
Let's go.
If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, lead on.
You have found Alistair and should return with him to Duncan at his friar near the gate leading to the Kakari Wilds. You know, one good thing about the Blade is how it brings people together. Alistair was a novice Templar when Duncan recruited him to the Grey Wardens. Or rescued him, as Alistair would say.
It is over.
Got some arrows, I got some fire. Duncan, of course, is over at the bonfire.
Soldiers are forever.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk.
Let us consider the evil.
Excuse me, I must get the hounds ready for battle. Half the dogs are sick from darkspawn.
You there, elf. What's your name?
It's Pick, sir.
Go tell Tern Logain that the war party's ready to begin scouting. We'll send word if we find anything amiss.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
What do you need? You haven't brought more instructions from the Tern, I hope.
More instructions?
Tern Logain has changed our scouting route 12 times. If you're not from the Tern, what do you want? We're busy.
You don't look like the oldest soldiers in the army.
We aren't. We're Ash Warriors.
What's an Ash Warrior?
Our training has been passed down since Lathias the Dwarf Son first harnessed the battle rage of the dwarves. It is an old tale.
Can I hear this old tale?
I am no bard, but I will do my best. Matthias was a Cailan tribesman. Some said he was too short to be a warrior, but he was strong and fierce. His chieftain sent him to the dwarves of Orzammar to negotiate an alliance, where he fell in love with the king's daughter, Skaya, and brought her back to his tribe. She taught Matthias to use the dwarven battle wrath to summon his strength and ignore all pain. Matthias then taught this to the Cailan, who made him their chieftain.
What happened to him?
Matthias's prowess earned him the love of Morrigannon, a beautiful chieftain of another tribe. When Skaya learned of his seduction, she returned to her people. Matthias was grieved. He sent Morrigannon away, but this only vexed her, and began a long war between their tribes. In the end, Matthias slew Morrigannon in single combat. However, his wounds were great, and he perished when the rage ended. The dwarves came from Orzammar that day, and gave Matthias an honored burial in the mountains. And we live by his teachings even today.
What happened to his wife?
It is said that before the final battle, she returned to Matthias and gave him a shirt of dwarven chain, along with a final night of passion. Then she was gone forever. If she lived on in Orzammar, only the dwarven folk could say for certain.
So he betrayed his wife and killed his lover?
He was a great man with great passions. Perhaps you'll hear a more inspiring version in a tavern someday.
So what does an Ash Warrior do?
We harness the rage inside us, nurture it, and draw it out so we cannot fall in battle until our last foe is slain. It is a dwarven discipline, but we've adapted it to let us fight alongside our hounds. That is our way. I trust my hound with my life, as he trusts me with his.
I have a Mabari hound of my own.
Then you are most fortunate. A trained Mabari hound is as dangerous as any sword. We do not speak of a city pet or those things that sit in an old woman's lap.
What are you preparing for?
To scout the wilds and watch the progression of the darkspawn horde. With luck, we'll find and slaughter many stragglers. The hunt will be good if my hound survives the blood of his prey. If he dies, I shall mourn tonight.
Survives the blood? What do you mean?
Darkspawn blood is poisonous, but not always fatal. Those who survive grow immune to its effects. The wardens say that tainted blood drives even the survivors mad eventually. But not today. Today, we hunt and we kill.
Why have you painted your dogs?
They use scent to distinguish us from our enemies, but the blood of battle can confuse them. So we paint ourselves with Caddis, which overpowers the blood, and also paint our hounds so they know we are the same.
What if the enemy is painted with Caddis as well?
Why? Would you steal our Caddis and give it to the Darkspawn hordes?
That's a valid point. Absolutely not.
Good. I hear death is unpleasant.
I should be going.
My thanks. There is hunting to be done, and I'll not be kept from it.
What a guy. What a guy.
Legend of Luthias, Dwarf Son. At an early age, Luthias was smaller than most children of the Alamari. At the age of 12, Luthias saved Tutha, the son of the tribal chief, from his own dog. The dog had gone rabid, and when it attacked Tutha, Luthias slew it with his bare hands. Tutha's father, Mabine, was impressed with Luthias' strength and bravery, and so took him in as his own son. When Luthias grew to manhood, he became known for his charisma and bravery. While shorter than his fellow warriors, Luthias was stronger and doughter than any warrior in the tribe. When Luthias was still a young man, Mabine sent him to the dwarven city of Orzammar to negotiate an alliance. Mabine's tribe had come into conflict with another Alamari, and he needed as much help as he could get. Luthias was unable to convince the dwarven king to aid his tribe, but fell in love with the king's daughter, Skaya. Luthias and Skaya fled the dwarven realm and returned to his tribe. Skaya taught Luthias the art of fighting without pain, the berserker state known as the battle wrath, and with it, Luthias became a renowned warrior. Luthias led his tribe to many victories, until eventually he replaced his foster father as chief of his tribe. This peace would not last. During a feast between the tribal leaders of the Alamori and the Avar, the beautiful and powerful Avar chieftain, Morrigan, became enamored with Lothias and seduced him. Skaya learned of the tryst and fled the village to return to Orzammar. When Lothias rebuffed Morrigan's offers of marriage, she left in great anger, and from that moment on, there was war between the two tribes. For 15 years, the Alamori and Avar fought. During the Battle of Red Falls, a powerful young warrior from Morrigan's tribe challenged Lothias to a battle. Lothias was injured grievously, but slew the boy. Morrigan's revealed that the boy was Lothias' son, conceived 15 years ago during their tryst. She cursed Lothias as the murderer of his own kin, and the Battle of Red Falls turned against Lothias. Morrigan defeated Lothias in battle after battle, until the Alamori were driven to the foothills of the Frostback Mountains. There Lothias made a last stand. And the night before Lothias' final battle, Skaya came to him and offered him a dwarven suit of chain in exchange for a night together. Lothias agreed and wore the armor the following morning in battle. The battle was fierce and bloody, and Lothias met Morrigan in personal combat. In the end, Lothias slew the warrior woman, but not before receiving a mortal wound to his heart, the chain inexplicably unable to block her final blow. Lothias died, and after the battle was done, a party of dwarven warriors came down from the mountain and took the body of Lothias back to Orzammar. Anything up here? Oh wait, that's just a roundabout. Never mind. Hi, Duncan.
You found Alistair, did you? Good. I'll assume you're ready to begin preparations. Assuming, of course, that you're quite finished riling up mages, Alistair.
What can I say? The revered mother ambushed me. The way she wields guilt, they should stick her in the army.
She forced you to sass the mage, did she? We cannot afford to antagonize anyone, Alistair. We don't need to give anyone more ammunition against us.
You're right, Duncan. I apologize.
Now then, since you're all here, we can begin. You four will be heading into the Korcari Wilds to perform 2 tasks. The first is to obtain 3 vials of darkspawn blood, 1 for each recruit.
What do we need darkspawn blood for?
For the joining itself. I'll explain more once you've returned.
Surely you've acquired some blood before now.
Of course. You must work together to collect the components, however. It's as much a part of the joining as what comes after.
And what's the second task?
There was once a Grey Warden archive in the wilds, abandoned long ago when we could no longer afford to maintain such remote outposts. It has recently come to our attention that some scrolls have been left behind, magically sealed to protect them. Alistair, I want you to retrieve these scrolls if you can.
What kind of scrolls are these?
Old treaties, if you're curious. Promises of support made to the Grey Wardens long ago. They were once considered only formalities. With so many having forgotten their commitments to us, I suspect it may be a good idea to have something to remind them with.
And what if they're no longer there?
It's possible the scrolls may have been destroyed or even stolen, though the seal's magic should have protected them. Only a Grey Warden can break such a seal.
I don't understand. Why leave such things in a ruin if they're so valuable?
It was assumed that we would someday return. A great many things are assumed that have not held true.
How will we find this archive?
It will be an overgrown ruin by now, but the sealed chest should remain intact. Alistair will guide you to the area you need to search.
Find the archive and 3 vials of blood. Understood.
Watch over your charges, Alistair. Return quickly and safely.
We will.
Then may the Maker watch over your path. I will see you when you return.
Okay.
Hail. I'm told you all have business in the wilds. The gate's open for you. Just be careful out there. Even a Grey Warden won't be safe in the forest tonight.
Okay. Well, this is probably a good place to stop for now. So, we escaped Highever. We've come to Ostagar. We met some new people. And now we're going to go into the creepy Kokari wilds. So, if you liked this video, let me know in the comments. If you really liked it, press that cute little like button. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Luke Dog, and I'll see you next time.